This could potentially be perceived as somewhat of a bold take. Uh, and I think that we should get right to it in talking about how J.J. McCarthy is not actually, technically, I don't think he's going to face a lot of pressure in 2025. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Colton, how could you possibly say that? He is potentially the new franchise quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. Got a lot of pressure on his plate, as well as, wide receivers he needs to feed. Don't, kind of a case of don't mess it up. So to a degree, I get it, and it's fair. However, for this year especially, I don't feel like there's a ton of pressure on J.J. McCarthy. In other words, I don't think he needs to do a lot. Like, his job is not going to be to be the next Patrick Mahomes. He doesn't need to be Peyton Manning or Tom Brady back in the day down 28-3. That's right, Falcons fans. He needs to be average. He needs to come in, take care of the football, hand off the ball to Aaron Jones, not turn it over, which, again, goes with not turning, taking care of the football, and get the ball to the playmakers. Don't force it into anywhere, right? And follow the game plan. And I think that, with how the defense is set up this year, especially, we talked about it with the D-line the other day about how, I just don't think that the NFL is ready for what this D-line could potentially do. It's going to make his job, J.J. McCarthy's job, a lot easier in that all he has to do is not take sacks, not turn the ball over, hand the ball off, make a couple of nice throws a game, get to 21 points, and I bet you we win the game. Dollars to donuts, I bet you we win the game, or pretty close. Because this defense is not going to allow 28 to 30 points a game. Let's just face that right now, okay? And Brian Flores has done a fantastic job with this defense. It is going to be an absolute sad day when he does have to leave because, yes, he will be offered a head coaching job at some point because this man deserves to be offered a head coaching job in the NFL again. And, again, I understand that being the head of the franchise, being the franchise quarterback, or being the starting quarterback, there is pressure. But it's not going to be necessarily on JJ to be that guy. Again, I think it's going to be pretty easy for him to kind of lie low, not make mistakes. And we could potentially see a scenario where he kind of plays like he does in college. Nothing like amazing, doesn't throw 40 touchdowns in a year, 20 touchdowns, 9, 10 interceptions, and, just spreads the ball around, doesn't make stupid mistakes, and puts the team in the best position to win. You can win a Super Bowl with that. You can. We've seen many teams do it. And specifically with all of the moves that the Vikings made in the offseason, specifically along the defensive line with Javon Hargrave as well as Jonathan Allen. And obviously, I like Rodgers coming up from the Eagles. Like, I just feel so good about this year. Again, I'm also a Vikings fan. This hope, this love will probably dissipate by week 6. But that being said, I think that a lot of people are looking at J.J. McCarthy and just, they want him to be the next great thing. I want that too. However, I think it's important to make sure that we are fair in saying that he doesn't need to be Peyton Manning. This is not a complete rebuild. This team has weapons. This team is well coached. And this team knows what it needs to do to win. It's done it multiple times under Kevin O'Connell. So I think moving forward, yes, J.J. McCarthy will face some pressure, but no pressure. And that's definitely not going to be, a conundrum. That's not me, lighting gas signals or what is that? I want to say gaslighting. There we go. It's not me gaslighting you. It's me saying that, I think no pressure. Just do your thing, go out, ball out, and we'll be okay. But overall, let us know what you guys think about J.J. McCarthy and his job heading into 2025 and facing no pressure. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe down below, and we'll see you on the next video.